Hello viewers, wishing you a very happy new year wherever you are. Today I wanted to share a small piece of happiness that I stumbled into while tinkering with this pen I had been long trying to restore. Now, if you saw the title of the video, I mentioned the word FrankenPen. This, of course, if you are not aware yet, is a cult term developed among fountain pen users and manufacturer communities to describe pens that have been assembled with parts originally belonging to or meant for different pens, typically made by different manufacturers. Now, this pen that I have here, I don't know if it would truly qualify as a FrankenPen at the moment, but this is as close as I have come to being across one. Externally, as you can see, this was originally an unbranded handmade ebonite pen manufactured in India. I had purchased this pen from the pen hospital in Esplanade, Kolkata. I loved the way it felt in my hand. So substantial, but not too heavy. If you are interested in the dimensions of what I hold here, the length with this cap closed position is about 14.5 centimeters. If I uncap the pen and in its uncapped position, this pen would measure up to 12.5 centimeters. The cap does post, but it increases the length enormously and it would stand somewhere close to 18 centimeters in this position. And if you are interested in the maximum girth of this pen, it would be about 12 centimeters. It's very sturdy material and I have a feeling that the body will last a long time. It has a very securely fit clip in the cap here. Although it's very tight, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The clip, I don't think it will ever come loose without great violence or damage to the cap. Now, this is technologically a rudimentary eyedropper pen. Nothing fancy about the ink delivery. So here. So no cartridges, no converters, nothing. The mechanism is such that I don't think you could very well fit any of those cartridges or converters and get it working. Now, the threads, I feel, the threads here on the barrel, right? So I don't think they are quite impervious to friction and just might erode with some time. We'll have to wait and see. Filling the ink in the barrel and then closing up to write may result in leaks through this juncture between the grip section and the barrel unless you take some extra precaution. I'm applying a good bit of silicone grease to the threads of the grip section. I don't know if you did notice when I opened this up. And so far there has been no mishap in terms of leaks. Now, this pen had originally come with an iridium point number 6 gold-plated fine tip steel nib. Let me show you. This is the original nib that came with the pen. Right, you can probably have an estimate of the size of the nib. This is a number 6, as I said. This one had a rather scratchy and dry output, and it's frustrating for someone like me who always loves a smooth and wet outflow of ink on paper. And for a pen that feels like this in the hand, I thought the output must match the look. So I had tried getting the nib altered at the pen hospital last year, but apparently no other compatible nibs were found. Very recently again, though, last month to be exact, I thought of taking matters into my own hands. I disassembled the nib unit from the section and started trying out other nibs. The first option I resorted to was a number 6 medium steel nib I have from a Jinhao 450. The ebonite feed of this pen, however, it's too small in size for the nib to hold the ink from overflowing as those fit very loose with each other. Next, I tried a number 4 from a Bauer I have, and I had the opposite problem. The nib and feed fit in too tight with each other to let any ink pass. Finally, I tried on this current one, this iridium point number 4 medium steel nib, which I had in this cheap fountain pen by a Chinese manufacturer whose brand name I could never read because I don't read the language. Anyway, the results have been amazing. So as you can see, it's pretty inevitable that a number 4 nib will be sinking into the nib section. Like, you can very well understand that it's almost half just a little more than half of the entire nib length that is protruding outside the section right now. It's kind of giving me a little hooded nib kind of a feeling. The fit here has snuggled into position. It's also gotten pretty deep along with the nib, but thankfully not too tight to let the ink flow. And it has been writing perfectly, near perfectly ever since, and nothing better than to actually demonstrate it for you. Alright, I have filled this pen with the Shulekha Swaraj Sun-Kissed Saffron ink. This is also the first time I am using this ink with any pen. So let's see how this comes on this Rhodia paper. Here it goes. So no skips whatsoever, moving perfectly smooth. Just look at the wetness. Pretty wet outflow, I would say. Just the customary sentence. Let's go for it. Okay, last words. Let me say that my wife is not a fan of the aesthetic of this sunken nib. But I kind of like weird novelties when it comes to design elements of a pen, as long as it works. So that's it for this video from me. Do let me know your thoughts on this experiment and your experiences with FrankenPens. I would surely love to know more. Once again, wishing you a very happy and inky new year ahead. See you soon with a new video. Cheers.